Hello, hello, my huns. How you doing today? This is your handful mama. I am back with another video for you guys. Today I will be showing you guys how I like to season my pork chops when I have them. These will be oven baked pork chops, and I have some seasoning that I'm going to use that's going to kick these bad boys up, and they're going to be just very, very delicious. But I hope you're doing well out there, my huns. I hope you're being blessed out there, and I hope you still are remaining to be safe as possible as you possibly can. But I'm going to go ahead and get this video started and show you guys how I'm going to season these pork chops. Now, if you have watched my videos in the past, we don't eat a lot of pork in this family, but you know, a lot of times you just have that taste for that pork. But when I prepare my pork, I try to make sure they're in the air fryer, in the oven, or I make sure they are steamed on oven on the top of the stove. So let's go ahead and get these started. I'm going to be using some seasonings here. I'm going to use some cumin. I'm going to be using some paprika, also some cayenne pepper, and some basil leaves. Kick it up a notch. And to give it that extra kick, some of this smoked Memphis barbecue rub. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button for your handful, mama. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so, so much for returning. And if you're new, consider subscribing to the channel. I would love to have you guys over here. First, I'm going to start with the cumin. And the reason for that, if you know, if you cook chicken, you cook pork chops, it's always going to be some excess water. But today I have already added like a half a cup of excess water because when I put these seasonings on my pork chops, I like to have me like a liquid at the bottom when they're done. And if I want to just dip that back on my pork chops, I like to just have that extra liquid in the bottom. So, and I like to season that as well. So I have my cumin, and cumin is really powerful. So we're going to just use like a little sprinkle, just like this, just a little sprinkle, because we are adding some more seasonings that's going to be giving this an extra kick too. I have my other pan right here. So I'm going to go ahead and season it as well. Now this is only 6 pork chops, and they're probably going to be here till tomorrow because we don't have a lot of people in the family that eat pork. Like I said, sometimes I just have that taste for it, and I just go ahead and cook, cook some for the family, whoever wants to have them with, cook some vegetables with it, some rice with it. So I'll just cook it for whoever wants it. We usually have pork maybe 3 times out of the year, sometimes less than that. Okay, I'm gonna add my paprika. I always like to go heavy on the paprika because it just adds just a beautiful color to it and also give it the extra boost. These are going to bake on 1 hour, just 1 hour, because I still want them to be very, very tender and I don't want them to be dry. That's why one reason I added the extra half a cup of water because I want them to remain just tender. I'm going to add some cayenne pepper. Y'all know the cayenne pepper can be very spicy. So just like the cumin, we're just going to do just a sprinkle just to get that kick on each one of them. And then also we're going to add some of this Memphis flavored barbecue seasoning rub. I like to add this on so it give it that extra kick, that extra smoked flavor. And then the barbecue has like a little sweetness to it. This flavor has a little sweetness to it. So you kind of get like a savory and a sweetness all together. I'm going to put that kind of, not too heavy, but I want to make sure they season up really good. And I also like to get that seasoning at the bottom. And then I'm going to go in with the basil leaves. Those basil leaves, I've been to wash my stove off and they always get on my stove. But it's okay, I'll just wash it again. So what y'all plan on cooking this evening? If you don't mind, comment down below. Let me know if you eat pork or you don't eat pork, how you prepare yours, how long you cook them for. Your handful mama always like to hear what you all have to say, your comments. I always love it. So I went heavy on those basil leaves because I want these to be drowned in those basil leaves. The last thing I'm going to use is this Tajin. And I like to use this Tajin because it has like a lemon flavor in it as well. It has several ingredients in it, but it also have just a little splash of the lime in here. I think I said lemon, but I mean lime. I have some fresh lime in the refrigerator, but I decided not to use the fresh lime. I'm just going to use this since it has several other seasonings in it. And that's just going to give it the extra kick as well. And you can pick this up at probably your local grocery store, but I like to pick it up from Aldi's. And I'm just going to use just a sprinkle because this can be very powerful too. So I'm just going to go in with a little sprinkle. But this really give it a great kick because it has like that spice in it that, wow. It just really just makes it so delicious. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to let you guys see a close-up of how they're looking. Excuse my stove because I'm sprinkling my seasoning and got everywhere. But this is a close-up, how it's looking. And like I said, a lot of people might say, but why so much water in the bottom? If you are a cook and you like to keep your food on the tender side, you will have to have some liquid in the bottom. Because if you don't, and you like your meat done, I don't like any half done meat. I like my meat to be done all the way through, but not dry. So if you are a cook, you will know you want to keep that liquid in the bottom because once you cook it on 350 for 45 minutes to an hour, you are losing your liquid and it will start to evaporate. So instead of just constantly adding chicken stock or water, you can just add it on the front end. My preference is water. I don't like to have a lot of chicken stock, but you can put whatever you want to make sure that it's not getting evaporated and dry. And I like to just make my own little seasonings and my own little stock myself out of my seasoning. But this is how this one is looking, and this is how the other one is looking before I put it in the oven. I'm going to get my stove clean, and I'm going to get these in the oven, like I said before, for an hour. I'm going to do an hour. Well, I'm going to do 50 minutes to an hour. And then I'm going to check on them at 50. And if they need more time, I'll just let them stay in the oven for another 10 minutes. But like I said, I want these to be tender. And I want to treat these like it's going to be a good dish, and I want to treat them like kind of like a steak, but I know it's not a steak. But that's how I like to prepare mine with my side dish. And I'm probably going to have me some whole grain rice with this. And I just like to set it up on the plate really, really nice when they're done. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And if you don't know how to season your pork chops, your handful mama have gave you just some seasoning that she like to prepare her pork chops with and bake them in the oven. Now, if you're doing this in the air fryer, you can do the same thing because the pork chop still will have some water inside of it. So all of that is just going to cook to the bottom. If you're doing this uh, in a different variety form of oven, you will make sure that you have the water in here. If you're doing it in the oven, like I said, you don't want them to get dry. If you're doing them on the stove top, of course, you will have liquid in the bottom. You can use your stock. You can make your own liquid just like I did. If you're doing stove top, you probably want to turn them every 10 minutes and let them cook for at least around about a good hour as well. But you have to turn them at least every 10 minutes so they will remain to be tender and cook evenly on both sides. That's for both dishes. And if you are cooking them in the air fryer, that I was going to state before, season them just like this of your choice. I have showed you the season that I use, but season them at your choice, and also go ahead and get it in your air fryer. And in the air fryer, it shouldn't take no more than about 20 minutes because it takes about an hour in the oven, 45 minutes to an hour. So if you're going to cook them in the air fryer, give it about 18 minutes to be on the safe side, because I have cooked some in the air fryer before and they just turned out so delicious. But my favorite is just doing them in the oven so it gets all the steam and all those juices incorporated and embedded within the pork chops. This is the way I like it. This is your handful, mama. I'm about to get these in the oven. I'm going to set my timer. You guys don't forget to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit that notification bell for your handful, mama, to make sure every time I drop a video that you will be first to know. And also, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you. If you're new, I know I just said hit the subscribe button, but don't forget to comment, share your comments. I'm going to get this on 1 hour, but I will be coming to check on it in I will be coming to check on it in 50 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and start it. I'm going to put my seasonings up. These are all my seasonings right here, just sitting over here in the little corner. I'm going to get these put up. I'm going to get my stove back clean because it is sprinkled with all kind of seasonings, you guys. But you guys, I hope y'all have enjoyed this video. I'm going to get off of here. Y'all remain to stay safe. Keep your children safe. Just keep your family safe, because we still have so many things that's constantly blooming in this world. And I thought we were at a getting better, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So make sure everyone is remaining safe out there as possible as you can. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm just over here rambling. I'm just so happy to see you, my Hans, and I hope you enjoyed this video. This video is part 1, so make sure you come back for part 2 to see how these pork chops, well seasoned, that extra kick of cumin and that Cajun. So make sure you come back and to see how they turn out. I will see you later, my Hans. Don't forget to like, and y'all stay blessed and safe out there. See you in the next one.